Imagine volunteering to help find a missing person, scanning endless barren land under a scorching sun. Then, a shift in the wind brings a smell so sickeningly sweet, so undeniably foul, it stops you in your tracks. For young Anna, that smell wasn't just disturbing, it was the horrifying sign that their search had reached a grim conclusion. This is the story of Anastasia Rubinska, a vibrant young woman whose dream of a new life in Greece turned into a nightmare. Welcome to True Crime Diaries. I'm your host, bringing you classic true crime stories every single week. If you're interested in unraveling dark mysteries, you've come to the right place. Be sure to subscribe, it's free and keeps you updated on all my future videos. Anastasia Patricia Rubinska was born in Poland in 1996. Her brother Adrian remembers her as a girl bursting with dreams. She yearned to travel the world and even hoped to become a model. While waiting for her big break, Anastasia graduated hairdressing school and took on jobs in five-star hotels and resorts around the globe, a job that allowed her to see new places. Anastasia's dad, Andrei, described her as kind and friendly, someone who tragically trusted everyone, believing no one was truly bad. This beautiful but naive trait would ultimately lead to her devastating fate. Like many teenagers, Anastasia had her rebellious moments, but nothing could have prepared her family for what was to come. Anastasia and her boyfriend, Michael, were teenage sweethearts, their love story spanning 13 years. They were a perfect match, sharing a dream of traveling the world together, making it their life's mission. Marriage was on their minds, a future they were slowly building. In May 2023, Anastasia and Michael took a significant step, moving to the Greek island of Kos. They sought better financial opportunities at a five-star hotel in Marmari, a popular tourist destination. Anastasia worked as a hostess in the hotel restaurant, a new chapter that would tragically be cut short after only a month. On the evening of June 12, 2023, it was a typical workday for Anastasia. Despite burning her hand and feeling unwell, she finished her shift. Instead of eating, she craved alcohol to unwind. Michael was still working, and they planned to meet at a local bar. Anastasia told Michael she was going to a store to buy drinks, a common occurrence. But this time, she would never return. Throughout his shift, Michael received a series of texts from Anastasia, updating him on her whereabouts. He learned she was having drinks with someone else. Around 10:30 p.m., Anastasia texted that she felt unsafe and asked Michael to pick her up, a journey that would take time. But then, she said a stranger on a motorcycle was offering her a ride home. This immediately put Michael on edge, wary of stranger danger. Anastasia, trusting as ever, dismissed Michael's concerns. He pleaded with her to wait, but she insisted it was fine. Then, silence. After a long period of no contact, Michael received 3 location texts in quick succession before Anastasia went completely silent. Panic set in, and Michael alerted the police and Anastasia's family. The "everything is under control" message after her feeling unsafe and the multiple locations sent chills down everyone's spines. Greek investigators launched a missing persons investigation, aided by the information from Anastasia's texts. They reviewed surveillance footage from the local supermarket where Anastasia was last known to be. The footage showed her alone initially, eating and drinking by a fence. But later, 5 men joined her. Witnesses corroborated this, placing them together around 8:30 p.m. 2 hours later, Anastasia sent the alarming text about being drunk and in danger, needing Michael. Further CCTV footage revealed Anastasia leaving with one of the 5 men on his motorcycle. The pieces of the puzzle were falling into place, but the picture was terrifying. Investigators knew Anastasia was in grave danger and needed to find her quickly. Police swiftly identified the 5 men as illegal immigrants from Bangladesh and Pakistan. Locals helped identify the motorcyclist as a Bangladeshi man named Salahuddin S., a shady individual with a recent job loss and a criminal history. Why did he approach Anastasia? Were the other men involved? The police had to find Anastasia and get answers. The 5 men, including Salahuddin, became their prime focus. Within hours, the 5 men were brought in for questioning. Their initial story, that they were simply helping an intoxicated Anastasia get home safely, quickly fell apart. Salahuddin and another man had fresh scratches and injuries, inconsistent with their claims of an unexplained accident. A struggle had clearly occurred. Despite their denials, the police were highly suspicious. DNA samples were taken before they were released, remaining persons of interest. Anastasia's loved ones were consumed by worry. Her new life in Greece had abruptly turned into a terrifying unknown. The lack of contact across continents amplified their fear. Investigators continued their ground and aerial searches, using sniffer dogs, but days passed with no sign of Anastasia. They did manage to track Anastasia's phone, active until 11:30 p.m. near a location 5 kilometers away from where she texted Michael. Then, a horrifying discovery in a vacant building near Marmari: Anastasia's phone, SIM card removed, GPS disabled, and all data wiped. Hope dwindled, replaced by a growing dread. The massive search, involving the public, reached a devastating climax 6 days after Anastasia's disappearance. A volunteer named Anna, searching the Tagaki area near unusual heaps of straw by a large tree, poked the mass with her cane and knew something was terribly wrong. As the straw was removed, a plastic bag came into view. Inside, they found the disrobed body of a woman, brutally murdered, her fingerprints intentionally removed to prevent identification. The victim was Anastasia. Her case had chillingly transformed into a homicide investigation. Anastasia's death was a horrific tragedy. Her family reeled from the unimaginable pain she endured. But the discovery of her body provided the evidence the detectives desperately needed. The location where Anna found Anastasia was disturbingly close to Salahuddin's home, just 1 kilometer away. This solidified their suspicion, and Salahuddin was arrested for murder. Salahuddin's story changed again, now claiming intimacy with Anastasia at his apartment while still denying her murder. However, a search of his apartment revealed strands of blonde hair and blood-stained clothing matching Anastasia's DNA. The scratches on him and his friend pointed to a violent struggle. The chilling final piece of the puzzle came with the confiscation of Salahuddin's phone. His search history revealed disturbing queries. How to remove data from a phone, how to confuse the police, and how to make a corpse impossible to identify. Adding to this, detectives found a plane ticket to Italy, dated the very day of his arrest, a secret he kept from everyone. In court, Salahuddin pleaded not guilty. The prosecution argued he lured Anastasia to his home and subjected her to unimaginable torture. While the involvement of the other men remained unclear, Salahuddin's guilt was evident. On December 6, 2024, he was found guilty of manslaughter with intent and sentenced to life in prison. Anastasia's father expressed the hollow victory of the sentence, acknowledging it wouldn't bring his daughter back but hoping Salahuddin would never harm anyone again. Anastasia's murder sent shockwaves globally, highlighting the vulnerability of women and the outrage that a man with a criminal past could commit such a heinous crime. Her brother Adrian's raw desire for revenge underscored the immense pain and fury her loss inflicted. Anastasia's life, full of dreams and kindness, was brutally stolen at just 27 years old. Her story is a stark reminder of the darkness that can exist and the devastating impact of senseless violence. Thank you for joining me on this episode of True Crime Diaries. If you'd like to support the channel, you can hit the join button below. And as always, if you enjoyed this story, check out another case I've covered, and don't forget to subscribe for more true crime documentaries.